We are climbing the ladder of success to business, life, and
Love.
love. And love doesn't just mean romantic love. Love can be,
Friendships.
that's
And
right,
the
mommy,
people that you
daughter.
work with. Yeah.
That's right, loving the people you work with. I love it. I love it. And by the way, because this is like our continuing introduction to our podcast, we're trying a few things. So let us know what you think. It really means a lot. We're really excited about this series that we're doing right now. But we're actually going to take a little bit of a pivot. And
Yeah. Because so we've been on this journey with 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Incredible book by Stephen Covey. And we are actually on the 7th habit right now. However, we wanted to take just a little bit of a pause to talk about something that is very, very significant in our society right now. We just wanted to talk about it a little bit because it's affected us, it's affected the people that we love, and just people all over the world. So next week we're gonna get right back into the 7th habit. However, I did just want to take a moment to talk about it because it literally ran into it this week.
Yep, this week. And that subject is anxiety.
Yep, and we know.
We know. We know.
It's talked about a lot.
Every day.
All the time.
All the time. Anxiety here, anxiety there, anxiety. And the thing for us is that we're not denying that it's an issue. We're not denying that there's a problem. We're not denying that people are challenged with that. But we want to step back and have more of a solution as opposed to wallowing in the problem, you know?
And actually looking at what anxiety is, because almost everyone can experience anxiety, right? Some people experience it to a higher level, and some people experience it, just occasionally, right?
Yeah.
And what I've noticed and what I've learned is at the core of anxiety, and this is also taking it from, I love a definition that Alex Hormozy talks about, where anxiety is feeling like you have too many options and not a way to do any of them, right? It's like something needs to be done, but you don't know how to do it, or you feel like you can't, right?
And a lot of times there's too many options and no direction. You are not choosing to take a direction because you don't want to make the wrong decision. And here's what I've learned about decision making. A lot of times when it comes to the anxiety, you feel with all these feelings and what should I do and what's my purpose? What go forward or go backwards or go to the right or go to the left. And what happens is when you take that first step, when I take that first step, because I want to speak for myself, when I take that first step and I go in a certain direction, guess what? That direction might be the wrong direction, but I wouldn't know that if I did not go in that direction. And then once that happens, I can pivot. And then once I pivot, all of a sudden the anxiety starts to subside.
Yep.
Movement is one of the best cures for anxiety. Yeah. Making a decision and moving forward. Progress. Tony Robbins talks about it a lot. Progress is one of the most powerful things on the planet to help overcome anxiety, you know?
Yeah, and it's actually funny because Tony Robbins talks about how the root of happiness is progress.
Yes.
When we feel like we're growing and we feel like we are progressing, that's when we feel happy.
Yeah.
And it's on pretty much literally any what's it called? Like path you choose, whether you're on the journey of becoming a really incredible friend, or if you're on the journey of becoming an incredible business person, if you're progressing forward, even if you fail, you can fail forward.
Fail forward. I love that.
And it might hurt, but there's still joy in knowing that you're moving. And the job of anxiety, honestly, in the brain, it's your brain trying to protect you. It's saying, that's scary. That could kill us. Like, no, I don't want to do that because that's very scary. That's out of my comfort zone. And it's unknown. I don't know it. It's all about fear. And this part of our brain is essential.
It's very essential.
We need the experience of anxiety. We need the experience of fear to keep us alive. Like,
Yeah,
if we didn't experience fear, the human race would probably not exist. 'Cause it'd be like,
exactly.
I can pet
What
all the
saber-tooth
tigers,
tiger?
right? Right?
Exactly.
Like, oh no, I just can jump off a cliff. That's fine, you know?
Yeah,
And we need that fear
yeah.
to keep us alive, but also because most of us are not being chased by lions and tigers and bears,
Oh my. Yeah.
right?
Exactly right.
But we still have that mechanism in our head.
Yeah.
So our brain is built to search for threats.
Exactly. And now with social media, which is one of the reasons why people have is I guess a catalyst to a lot of the anxiety, is because a lot of times we go through this idea that I'm missing out. I'm not going to get it. There's not enough. There's so much violence. There's so much crazy enough in the world. Somebody's coming to get me, which your primitive brain is like, I'm being left out. And not only am I being left out, a saber-tooth tiger is coming to get me. And that's not, it may feel real, but it's just the brain's way of protecting you. And once again, going back to what you were saying, it's progress. So what does that look like in real life? You talked about friendship, and I'll explain one for business, but I want you to go into the one where you're talking about friendship, and you wanted more friends, and you wanted, you felt anxious about not having some of the connections that you wanted, and that made you feel a certain kind of way. How did you tackle that?
Well, I actually want to go back to what we were talking about just for a second about the and this ties into what you're talking about with the friendship, of that feeling of I'm being left out,
Yeah.
I'm not getting the attention, um no one actually cares about me, because often those are sort of the things that anxiety can bring up. It's like, I'm not enough, or I can't do enough, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to go. A lot of that, the reason it feels so dangerous is because if you think about it, if you were like in a tribe, right? If you're a hunter or a gatherer, which our brains are still
Our
hardwired
brains are still
to be
wired that way.
and you get left out from the pack and you get stranded and people don't want to include you to go out to the fields or whatever, you're going to starve.
Yes.
So, like, our brains are built to, if we're not a part of the group, we're going to starve and then we're going to die, and boom, you're done.
Yeah.
And now we have grocery stores. Now we have access to so much, and it's happened so quickly that our hardwiring hasn't caught up yet.
Mhm.
So when we get left out, we're like, oh my God, like it feels so scary, because we're like, if I get left out, I'm not gonna eat. I'm not gonna be cared for. My house is gonna, I'm not gonna be safe from
Yeah, I'm not gonna have
people.
shelter.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have shelter. I'm not gonna have people protecting me.
Yeah.
So like, I'm vulnerable. I'm hungry, and I'm gonna eventually die. Right?
Right.
If you're not part of the group. Now that's the way our brain is wired, right?
Yeah.
But we are in a time now where we have so many tribes. We have our work tribes, and we have the people, our friend tribes, and different tribes within our friends. And it's like, as we grow and develop, our tribes change.
Yes.
And something I've had to learn and I'm still learning is that often people are for a season. And I used to have a lot of just like anxiousness and really fear about.
That's the word that I was
Yeah,
thinking,
'cause
because
honestly,
anxiety it's fear.
it's fear.
Yeah.
Just like realized in the body. I used to get like so afraid of like, no, I got to make sure to please this person. I need to make sure that they like me, and I need everybody to like me,
Mhm.
because I was afraid if I wasn't liked, or if I wasn't seen a certain way, people wouldn't like me.
Yeah.
So I'd be left out. And, in the back of my mind, my subconscious is like, and you're going to die.
Exactly. I also want to go back to are you gonna die part, but I want you to finish what you were saying,
Yeah.
and then I'll give an example for business. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I've had to change that into, okay, first of all, if I'm really honestly being myself, not everybody's going to like me.
Correct.
And that's okay, because every people are for a season, they're either for all the seasons, just one season, they can be for several seasons, but life is for a season, right? And that's just been such a helpful tool for me, because then I can be grateful for that time. I don't have to be, um, mad if a friendship might break off,
Yeah.
or something might not work out, or, even in business,
Yeah.
like a client wants to go in a different direction, and they might say no now, but they might not
Might say
no.
yes later. Yeah.
Exactly. But I've had to learn this about seasons, because then, just as much as we need summer, we need winter.
That's
And just
right.
as much as we need summer and winter, we need the spring and we need the fall.
Mhm.
And every season helps the other.
Mhm.
So if I have a friendship and we have a great time, but then we go in our separate ways, I can now think, oh, wow, I'm really grateful for that. This is what I learned. I think it was really cool that we had this experience. But I can continue to move forward and not feel sad that we might have not have been a good fit anymore.
Yeah.
And the way that ties back to anxiety is, I think there's a lot of anxiety right now about making connections and having friends. And it's a big part of what's going on with me right now, because I came out of high school and most of my friends went to college. So I'm having to rebuild.
You're in the rebuilding season.
Yeah, very much so.
But you said something very important. And so I wanted you to explain that from your perspective. But you're making progress by reaching out to people. In order to have friends, you have to be a friend. So you're doing that. So she's moving forward. Because I like for things to be tactical. So one, make a step forward. That's a way to deal with anxiety. Another thing you mentioned, but you kind of went really quickly over, was gratitude. It is very challenging to be grateful and have anxiety at the same time.
They actually can't exist.
They
in the brain at the same
cannot
time.
exist at the same time. So when you fill yourself with gratitude, you can't be anxious and gratitude. Basically, you cannot be grateful and anxious at the same time. They cannot exist in the brain at the same time. Now you can feel grateful one minute and then go back to feeling anxiety, but let's just stick with gratitude.
And just so tactically, one of the easiest ways and steps to helping get to that place of gratitude, because if you're feeling anxiety, it's hard to be like, wow, I'm just so grateful
right now.
Like, anxiety in the body, because it's a fear response, it speeds up our heart rate, it speeds up our fight and flight response. So one of the easiest ways to calm ourselves down, that we are completely in control of, you don't need to call somebody, you don't need to go anywhere.
You don't need special tools.
Yeah. One of the easiest things to do, you take a deep breath and you let it out. And one of the key part is to exhale for longer than you inhale. So you can do like 3 seconds in and then 6 seconds out. And that tells your nervous system you're safe. Mm-hmm. Because if you're not huffing and puffing to try and get oxygen in your blood so you can run, and you calm yourself down, like, oh, okay, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And from there, then once you've calmed your nervous system down a little bit, your heart rate goes down a bit after some deep breaths, then you can kind of clear out the fog and be like, okay, what do I have? What can I control? Mm. What's in my sphere of influence? In this moment, what can I be grateful for? And it could be, I'm grateful for the ground that I can stand on. I'm grateful that, I have this chair that I can sit on. Some people have to sit on the ground.
Yeah, or
and
grateful
I love
for that breath.
Yeah, I'm grateful for this breath. I'm grateful that I get the opportunity to breathe and get another breath. Because honestly, we can die.
Yeah.
And at any moment, and we will die. And it's that thinking about death has been very helpful for me for reframing. and putting things in perspective. They used to be, it was like this weird balance of like, I kind of feel invincible, but also everything kind of feels like I'm going to die, you know?
Yeah.
Like something would happen, I'm like, ah.
But I think that's one of the reasons when you guys were kids, and even I do it now, even as an adult, something will happen and they're stressed about something or they have a feeling about something. And I'm like, but did you die?
Yeah.
Because they didn't. You didn't die. You were disappointed, but you didn't die. You lost that sale, but you didn't die. Somebody didn't call you back, but you didn't die. And so when we can go back to that, that's also a nice reframe to be grateful. Like I'm alive to fight another day. But I do want to wrap this up. But I wanted to use an example because we do have business owners and people that are trying to build businesses or build a career that watch us that might have been through some challenges. And as a small business person, I've definitely been through challenges. And I've had days where I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to keep the covers over my head. I've got so much going on. We've got bills, we got expenses. I've got calls coming in. I got people wanting things from me and I'm not prepared for it. And you feel all these feelings and your brain is like, but if I stay right here, everything will be okay. But it really won't, you know? And what I've found is that it's important to just try do one small thing. So let's just say as a small business that's trying to grow out of debt or get out of debt and pay debt off and become debt free. I may not be able to pay everything all at once when we're going through these type of things, but you pick one small thing you can do, or one phone call you can make, or one thing that you can do to move the ball forward. Whether it's an email, whether it's a text of an apology, hey, sorry, I didn't take care of this, but I'll take care of that. And that helps to quell that anxiety when you start making progress. And just to quantify it, I want to go back to what you were saying to make things tactical. Take a deep breath. Be grateful. Make progress and keep making progress. You want to add to that?
No,
No. I love,
I think that was really
I
good.
love that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But once again, we just felt like it was important to tap into this subject today because it really is a big issue. But going back to something that Tony Robbins talks about, just see the problems as it is, not worse than it is.
Yeah.
See things as they are, not worse than they are. You might be dealing with something that's super horrible, super challenging, but don't make it worse than it actually is in your mind.
And don't make it better either.
That's true too.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh no, that's not really a problem.
Yeah. That's called
No.
denial. Yeah. So, but thank you for watching The Climb. We just felt like it was really important to attack this subject today. And I'm so grateful, Megan, for your insight on so many things like this. And I'm really proud of the woman that you've grown into and continuing to grow because I feel like you have been a really good example of somebody that sees challenges in life or sees things you could be anxious about. And you do take that breath and you go, okay, what can I do to be grateful? And then how do I move forward? So I appreciate that. And I appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
All right. So once again, thank you for watching The Climb. Don't forget to work hard, play hard, and be kind.
Bye.
Bye-bye.